non-fungible idiots, don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's our everything. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll. We won't make $1, won't sell a thing. We're the zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders, we're the kings of the sea. The non-fungible idiots who live in the dream. We're all on the zero, it's our way to be. In the world of NFTs, we're wild and free.
So there's a big old hurricane heading to Florida again.
Stop it. There is?
There is, and yeah, there is.
Your mom's going to be in it.
Yeah.
Did you guys both live in Florida at one point?
Yeah, you want to know
For a
what's
long ass
crazy? I just had a customer in here 30 minutes ago or so. He was talking about the hurricane, and he's like, "Yeah, my dad's down there. He's evacuating." He's like, "He's in Clearwater." This guy knew we were in Clearwater. I was like, "Oh, where in Clearwater was he?" And he's like, "Oh, let me pull up the address." Dude, he literally lived a quarter mile down the street from where I was.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, when I was on Indigo, like Greenbrier area.
Yeah.
He was like, right. I'm like, holy shit, man.
Yeah. Dude, small world kind of shit. I like that.
Crazy small world.
I don't know why I opened this show with that, by the way. That was weird.
No, I was going to open it with Joe. That was a hell of a salute you gave.
Oh, dude, like
Crisp.
Yeah. Could you do it
that,
again?
he
Say it
just
again?
was like at attention at his seat, and he just like threw it up, and it looked good.
Well,
you know, you would have liked that, Joe. There's a little bit of style to your salute. You know, some guys like they give some extra flair to it.
Yeah.
Are you buttering me up?
No, I was being for
Well, two things. Thank you for that. I'm 100% honesty. Like I was watching, I think like the last show, and you did a salute, and I was like, I literally got like a mini boner. I was like, that was like a serious salute, and it was like I felt like it was like in the moment of when you were actually there. Like there was like no cuteness to it. There was nothing, and I was kind of like, wow, that was amazing. So
you guys gave each other boners over your salutes.
a little bit. But
if you notice the Hudah salute, do that again.
he's like this.
Yeah. So first off, he's over the brim of his hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just touching.
Yeah, of
If
course.
even anything. Yep. Your hand's a little like curved. You kind of want it nice and straight. You know, the drill sergeants, they like to throw like these like in front of their face.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah,
That's
like,
badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to do them.
Did you guys ever experience some major hurricanes while you lived in Florida?
When we first moved there, hurricane, like right away, we went right down to the beach to stand in the wind and go in the water and shit. Yeah. Well, I'll say real quick, it's why it's kind of like I didn't open it. It's a big ass hurricane that's coming. That's directly after another big hurricane. This one looks crazy. This one looks I'm going to pull it up here. But when you live in Florida, it's always like whatever. And I think people are taking it a little more serious now. But usually it's whatever because it usually misses you, or for direct hit. They're not as scary when you're in them as everybody makes it sound. They just kind of are there, and you're like, whatevs. You're kind of having fun usually. We had parties in them. We whatever.
Hurricane, yeah. So you're right. Although like category 3+, like 3, 4, 5, if you're in the eye, like a lot of times those sustained winds are like really compact. So maybe like the odds of getting there into like, let's say on an average size hurricane, maybe you have like a 60-mile, like real like localized zone of heavy sustained winds. So that stuff could probably get really gnarly. But Hurricane Francis, I was at your apartment in Orlando.
Oh my God, that was so fucking fun. We had a year where like 4 hurricanes came across the middle of the state, and we had no power for like a week and a half, and it destroyed so much shit. It was great.
Small story. I met my wife because I was at his apartment. We were landing up some Xboxes to play Halo. Yep. My roommate, his girlfriend worked with my current wife, and she was a Pearl Jam fan. And my roommate's girlfriend, was like, "Hey, you should come meet this girl. She's a Pearl Jam fan. They were coming to Tampa, like in a couple months." She's like she would go with you. And I was like, dude, literally drove through Francis, which was only a category 1 at the time, maybe a category 2. I was like the only one on I-4, just getting whipped around in my truck. And I drove back to meet her.
I remember the story totally differently, to be honest. I don't think you told me.
How do you remember it?
The path of the storm shifted, and you wanted to actually be in the storm, so you wanted to drive home to catch the storm.
There may have been some of that involved too. Okay. Yeah, there may have been there, and maybe I was too chickeny at the time to be like, I'm going back to meet a girl.
Fun.
But yeah,
it was cool.
It is fun.
All the love out of that story, Henry.
No, but to be honest with you, he's probably right, because I probably lied a little bit when I was there, because I was leaving. Like we used to get like 16 people to play in his apartment, so it was like, I was leaving the crew.
Yeah. Speaking of Bob, how did you guys fare with the storm? Bob lived literally next road over from me in Florida, and so I think they got some of the last one.
Yo, that looks scary, dude.
It does. This is I think right now the 4th strongest storm ever in the universe.
It looks like my butthole after I eat ramen with hot sauce in it. You know what I mean? It's just gross.
Oh yeah,
that's a beast of a storm, dude.
It really is, dude. It went from a category 1 to like a 5 in like 10 hours, some ridiculous shit.
Gulf is hot.
Anyway,
right now.
Good luck. We'll keep our eyes on that. Hopefully your mom's okay.
How's the meme coin Milton doing?
Man, okay. It's wild. Like things started cooking. It's a weird day. Things are starting to cook again. This really started yesterday. I bought an NFT. I told you about it yesterday, Henry. I don't know if I told you I bought one. There's just some really weird narratives out there. Moo Deng is dying, but also back to life, but also PvP, but also what the fuck is going on? It's crazy. Let's hit it. Let's get into it. Let's start with FTX, which this is driving me fucking crazy, to be totally honest. Okay. FTX bankruptcy plan approved, $16 billion in recovered assets set to fully repay customers. Okay, is it $16 billion? Because we heard $16 billion, then we heard $12 billion, then we heard $11 billion, then we heard $15 billion, and then we heard it's not going to be $16 billion. It's not even going to be $1 billion. It's going to be whatever. Now we're seeing $16 billion. Also, we already heard it was approved. Why do we get stories that sound like we already heard it a month ago? This happens all the time in crypto. Do you guys see that too? All the time. Same stories. Weeks later, you're like, I thought we already heard that.
Yeah, because I wonder if you get the pregame, like, oh, it's going to be approved. So, like, people, like, news leaks, maybe they make the story, and maybe today was, like, an official, I'm not even sure, but making this up, maybe there was, like, an official filing.
Does anyone else get the impression that, like, crypto announcements are not as legitimate as, like, regular news announcements? You know what I mean?
Kinda. That's maybe why, like, it's weird. Yeah, something's weird about it, man. Yes.
Yeah. Also, I thought the original number was like 8 billion. They thought they lost.
It was. I always remember 16. But again, it's something. It's weird how we. I think everyone's just dying for news. So if it wasn't even, it might have been worded different. It might be a different thing that they were actually like reporting on today. And this is like what they run with. Headline that runs.
How much already approved? Crypto running from 18 or whatever it was, or 15.8 to 60, play into the fact that they were able to recover more, if anything. I wonder, like, did that help them to be able to make people whole for that snapshot? They're like, guys, we snapshotted you. Don't worry. We snapshotted you at all-time lows, and we're going to make you whole.
No, it's a really good point. But also, okay, on the point, though, of, like, the stories aren't making sense, like, in chronological order. We heard last Monday people were starting to get it back. So again, what do we mean it's approved? There were tweets last week saying they were starting to get it, and we had a list of the valuations they were getting it at. I just don't kind of get it. Regardless, it's coming. If it's $16 billion, great, because that's a big fat stimmy here for the market. So I'm excited for that. That's something we should all be looking forward to here. And the
I'd
same
be
with the
so
meme
bummed
coin.
though. Like happy to get something back, but I would feel like it's pennies on the dollar.
Yes. Oh man. Yeah.
Right. Still better than nothing, and I'm glad they get. But maybe like, would it all have been better if they just never fucked with them to begin with?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Yeah. I would say so. Let's take a look at crypto. As far as I remember today, just kind of, well, not quite flat.
I think we
Up
hit
1%. Did we?
I think at one point today we hit 64, unless the
Uh,
chart I was looking at earlier lied.
No, that's spicy. I like it. I think I saw that too. Great shit. Does feel like we rounded a corner here, right? I do think. I heard that in China where they just had some kind of stimmies, right? Some nice policy, maybe rate cuts, whatever it was. People right there are playing the stock market because it's been so bad over there for maybe a while, maybe years, and people see opportunities to play the stock market, but the expectation is that rotates back into crypto. So we're actually looking good now, even without that. Although, again, all these mixed messages, I thought they can't invest in crypto. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. ETH looking decent, 2,400. Solana, 146. Like, decent day so far. I dig it. On NFTs, this is what I'm excited about. To me, this is maybe the biggest story right now. It's a changing of the. It's not a changing of the guard, but maybe, maybe this is just a short-term phase, like a fad, like a meta. But top collections on ETH are very, very different all of a sudden. And I'm going to tie this to I think a prediction I made late last year, early this year. But top collection, this is on ETH earlier today. Sproto Gremlins, and then Project Aeon. We have Milady in the top 10. Again, filtered just for ETH. Redacted Remilio. It's the meme coins. It's the cults. It's not the established blue chip. I'm going to start calling them not blue chip collections, like the boomer collections. Like the way too self-important collections. The way to taking everything serious collections. I don't know. The last phase, those NFTs feel silly at this point, all things considered. I like the new crop. I like the cults. Project Aeon is what I bought yesterday, by the way, so that'll tie into meme coins. But
you changed your profile pic, huh?
Yeah, I want to take advantage of the energy. You know what I mean? Like there's some fucking energy around that one. But the Sproto Gremlins are tied to the Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, whatever token. It's the name of the token, something like that. It's crazy. Project Aeon is tied to the SPX token. $400 million market cap, like out of nowhere in the past couple days. Milady's got their cult token coming. I don't think Redacted Remilios have a token, but there's just something different happening here. I think a lot of, like, look at WIF. I'm sure WIF holders wish they had a PFP. I really do think they would eat that up. I start thinking, what would these guys spend on an official PFP for their meme coin that some of them have made a lot of money on, like a lot of fucking money? What would they spend on that? And I'm like, I think they'd spend a pretty good amount, especially if the collection size is small enough. I'm wondering if this is a signal of what this run will look like here. We'll see.
I mean, it's something we did with decentralized, right? We wanted to give a PFP to it, so people had something to rock. So I think it's a cool idea, and I agree with you. I think if you want to call them the boomer collections, I mean you're talking 3 years of hearing nothing but the same projects, and if you're not in them, it's not that exciting. And let's be real, right. We haven't really seen anything amazing coming out of them. Nothing that's like, oh my gosh, this is what we're here for. 3 years ago, if we thought we were here, we would have felt like we used to be like, we're right here on the chart and we're going to get to here, but we're only right here right now. I feel like we just moved like 10 centimeters since 21.
Yep.
I will say, how I've been like pretty kind of bearish about, NFTs and stuff. Like every time Hudah says like, oh, whatever, I'm like, fuck you, dude. You're a fucking asshole. Like, I will say that like once I heard Hudah talking this weekend and he was all geeked up and stuff like that. And I saw him change his profile picture. I looked at those Aeons or whatever they're called. And the floor prices was at like 1 ETH at that time. Looking at a couple of these projects, it does look like there is, and the volume was like over 1,000 ETH. So, and there's a couple other things in there that you were talking about that's over an ETH or close to an ETH. So I guess I'll say that like I'm not bullish by any means, but I will say that like my interest is being piqued as far as like maybe I should start paying attention a little bit more rather than just completely not being involved. Because if there's opportunities for me to like flip some shit, then I'm obviously into that. But yeah, just I'm starting to get there. I'm starting.
We've been talking about that. Yeah, The thing is, there are opportunities. You got to play the field a lot, and even playing it part time, you can still extract some wins here and there. If you're playing it full time, obviously more successful. But yeah, I mean, there's been opportunities. The opportunities never stopped. It's just how grindy do you want to get for them?
You know what it is? So when the opportunities were there, what we were saying here on the show is the market is back, or NFTs are back before you see it reflected in the market. You see it other ways. Henry, you said you saw it in the community, right? We were starting to see it in the community, the way people were talking. We started seeing it in mints that maybe didn't blow people away as far as like total volume, but the fact that they minted out and were up. Little things like that. Again, if you're just looking at total sales volume, you don't notice it. It's not big enough, but you could see and feel it was back if you were looking in the right places. Now you're starting to see it in the market, and that's the big shift that came here probably in the past week. In fact, if I go to weekly volume, you absolutely see it here. Not in a big way, not in a big way, but last week, best week for NFT sales in 6 weeks now. A pretty decent sign. Decent, we got to see more of that, but a decent sign that something has changed. Starting to see it in the market now, finally. Joe, those PFPs that you're seeing like back to an ETH or so, man, it's really wild to see that kind of action. Those Project Aeon were 0.2, 0.3 just a week ago. Sproto Gremlins, those were, I want to say around, maybe they weren't that low, let's say even 0.5. They're at 1.7 as of this morning.
Yeah.
We're at that point now where things could get silly really fast. Bitcoin all-time high really ignites this. So
yeah,
I would say that,
like, so the past year or so, I would say that like every time even something that you've been talking about or somebody else has been talking about that's like, oh, this is exciting, I would look at the floor and then I would look at the volume traded, and I was like, dude, it's like clearly just a couple of guys doing some shit that's not that interesting, or it's like one fucking really expensive thing that maybe someone was doing some sort of flash loan or something to that effect. But if I'm seeing that sort of thing now, it does seem interesting. Like I said, I'm not fully on board yet, but it's definitely one of those things where I'm like, oh shit, don't be too late to the party. With the fucking Solana meme coins, I was just like fucking I was walking in the party when people were I was getting my feet into the party while people were getting their feet out of the party. So like it is, I know there's opportunities, but like for me, I'm not busy, but like those opportunities need to be fucking abundantly clear what the hell's going on, and it does seem to be more so. Lots more opportunities coming along, and I can't grind as much as I used to.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, when we get back to the real meat of the cycle, like the heart of it, which I think again just starting. Again, as we get to Bitcoin all-time high and start pushing, and people get really excited and they make money. I hope it's a big, long period where you can throttle back. It's just wins everywhere, and that's why these groups really help when you're sharing info. It does help people not have to be, on 24/7. But I like when we talk about this out loud, too, because it helps you see the progression, of how people come back, right? Some of us were noticing it, like we just talked about, noticing it in certain areas. Then somebody like Joe's starting to pay attention now. G equals is saying in the chat, same thing. He hasn't been interested. He's now starting to see it, too. He's like, fuck, I think I got to start paying attention. There's a whole other circle outside that probably is not even at their computers and haven't looked for months. And they're going to come back too. It's just a matter of time till they come back. But slowly, I hope people are seeing it. Starting to return. It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Octoman, good shit. Been holding SPX 6900 for over a year. That's back when this was a $3, $4, $5 million market cap token. So, a 100x on whatever you had in there, man. Pretty fucking great, dude. Really, really great. And that ticker is wild. It's Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, 10, Inu.
Oh, gosh.
I love it. That's again the boomer NFT collections compared to the culty weirdo shit. I love it. This weekend talked about it was SPX and their website and how crazy it is and how culty it is and fun and memeable. And the same with, what was it? Retardio Cousins launched a casino. So we've got a Retardio casino now, which it's just, man, it's so fitting. I'd much rather that and really just make it very clear this is ridiculous than the...
Did you have a video for that casino? Was there like a a trailer for it or something?
Yeah, let me find that real quick because it cracks me up. Again, I'd rather that than the we're changing the world shit and you know what I mean? Like I don't know if calling it self-important was the right way to describe it, but it's closer to that than anything else.
Yeah, I mean it's more truthful, I guess, but like still, like it doesn't excite me at all. Like
No.
casino.
All right, check this out. Echo alert here.
Henry, can you mute me?
Fucking love it. I fucking love it. Like it's just silly, ridiculous, stupid. Fucking love it. And I think people that are playing there are making money. Really interesting platform. Prediction market, sports betting, casino shit, slots, you know, whatever, blackjack, all that stuff. Like, come on, fun. It's, people here eat that up. So
Yeah,
how long can it be rewarding? Who knows? But
yeah, I'm not going to get excited by that per se, but it was funny, and I don't know if that's the thing. Is that like in this space, like some things that you think are so fucking stupid, there's like a gang of degen assholes that are just fucking rallying so hard behind it that it's going to turn into some fucking crazy shit. So like it's hard for me to like really get excited by it, but like it doesn't mean that it won't blow. But yeah, I don't know.
this is the cult. You don't have to, but this is the culty aspect. If you're in the cult, it's amazing. You know, that's where you get those euphoric vibes and whatever. And it is culty. If you're in Milady, if you're in Retardio, if you're in Project Aeon, if you're in Sprotogram, they're very culty. But it takes that. It takes culty to push things up to whiff level. You know, $2-3 billion market cap Pepe level, whatever.
How many followers on Twitter do they have for that Retardio casino?
Huh? Probably not a lot. Probably a few thousand at most.
Okay.
Let's check.
And their Discord as well, I'm assuming.
I don't even know. Retardio Casino. They got an account. I'm probably. Oh yeah, let's spell it right. 1,600.
Okay.
Very little. Again, it's made by the cult for the cult, and I like that in a way. I like these things, tailor these things to your community, and hopefully other people see and want in, and they got to buy your shit to get in, even if it's open to everybody. But, yeah, Marty, interesting. Yeah, you've lost track of. There's so much. There's so much and so many narratives, and most of it's meaningless too. But it is a lot, man. It's a lot. Fwog hit a $200 million market cap this morning. That's crazy. I think it initially was in there around 15 mil, 20 mil. Not in now, but some of these are cooking. Some of these are going to be the next, like, you know, legendary meme coins. Like that's maybe being too kind. I don't know. It's just, it is what it is. We're about to have some really wild shit be born here. Again,
can we talk Moo Deng? Moo Deng.
Yeah, let's talk Moo Deng. Here,
PvP stuff going on.
Yeah, dude, let's talk that, especially with the Nero stuff that happened recently. I'm just going to play 5 seconds of this.
Yeah. Did you retweet, Henry?
I love when things heat up and the creativity starts flowing. People just start getting silly. We got silly like last week or week before when the vibes started coming back. It's just fun. It's fun. It's great to be back. Moo Deng, rough day. Henry, how plugged in were you when Moo Deng was doing what it was doing today?
Pretty plugged in. I was confused by it a bit. But then it felt really familiar, right? I'm like, man, we've seen this before with Nero. Not quite the same thing, maybe, but it was like, I was confused because I was like, wait a second. So Vitalik got Moo Deng, sold it, converted it to ETH, and donated it, not realizing, no, this was just the ETH one took off.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is juicy. I don't know which side of this I want to be on. And the interesting thing was, like, we've talked about, and you've talked about how, like, the Cabal was not on the OG one. And I just wonder if the Cabal is on the ETH one. And
yeah,
yeah. So, yeah,
I'm
not sure how I feel about it all.
Joe, do you know what happened? Do you want me to set this up a little for you?
Well, I other than what he just said, which was, I was gonna say Elon, but Vitalik sold the OG one and put it into the ETH one. Is that?
So yeah, what happened there's other like all these tokens come out and there's copies of them instantly and everybody trying to be the one. There was one over on Ethereum. It never really took off. This one was created, weeks ago, mid-September. So they sent Vitalik, I want to say like $1 million worth of ETH Moo Deng. I didn't know it was them sending it too. I thought it was the Soul Moo Deng team, whatever community that sent it to him. I'm like, that's fucking dumb because he's just going to sell it. Like, why? But it makes sense for somebody like the ETH one who's trying to get their name out there. They want people to pay attention, so they don't mind burning it. And it worked. They sent that to Vitalik, and it went from here up here. It totally cooked. And actually, for a brief moment, ETH Moo Deng flipped the Solana Moo Deng. So Moo Deng guys on Solana were scared shitless. They were terrified that the Nero thing was happening, which is 2 tokens. The one that was bigger, more holders, all that gets flipped by the smaller one because somebody else decides that's going to be the one here going forward. In that case, it was Binance decided. In this case, Cabal, whoever, I don't know what happened.
I don't want to slow down the motivation of this, but at some point I would like to hear your thoughts on when you say the Cabal, what 3 Twitter personalities do you most associate with the Cabal?
I think Cabal's like Cabal to me is the same as when we say we talk conspiracy theories and we say they sure. Don't want us to whatever they're trying to suppress them. It's like I don't think anybody knows. It's almost a cop out. I don't know.
Well, there's
a lot of guys.
There's multiple Cabals, so there can be multiple people. But I guess I'm just kind of curious on like if you were to have to do a top 3 Cabal people, who would that be? You know what I mean? Just curious.
Some people were saying Ansem because he seems like he missed out.
Top of
but
the
I don't
list
think
would be
yeah, probably him. But I don't think he's that kind of guy, and I don't know him. I don't know. But that's maybe a candidate that some people would pick. Guys at that level, really, really big, influential guys with money to be able to push stuff like this who missed the other near Moo Deng. So they got a good reason to, kind of do this and wreck the other and make a lot of money on theirs. I don't know who else. I don't know who it would be, to be honest. But there's a lot of very rich guys who are very good at this stuff that could be behind it. So don't know. I've not thrown this in bubble maps either to see what the distribution is like. I wonder what that would look like. Let's see real quick.
So is Moo Deng on Sol, the OG one tends to be the bigger market cap, the more popular one, the one that Henry has.
Also, I think are you on the wrong Moo Deng?
Yeah, you're right.
Are you Henry? Have you sold, or what's your plan here?
I'm holding, sir.
For
holding
what?
to 0.
Yikes! I sold and bought back in.
Yeah.
Really?
How does our song go?
Dude, that's it.
Positions.
I feel like our song is like a superhero song or something where it we don't have to abide by it because
Joe,
it almost yes.
We won't make $1, won't sell a thing. I live by those words. Like, never have to wonder.
I still have decentralized. I still have all my shit too, bro. I feel you. It's just I don't know. Like some plays seem so obvious that you have to make them, or else you are abiding by some sort of weird code that no one is holding you to.
Yeah, no, it's fair. I don't think we've seen the last of Moo Deng. That could be wishful thinking, but also with I think went down 100 to 100 million market cap before it went parabolic. By the way, don't copy trade me because you will lose.
Yeah. Are you in the profit on Moo Deng right now or no?
Yeah. I'm still probably probably a 2.5 to 3x.
Wow.
All positions together. So yeah, I'm still good.
Good shit. I'm down a little. I think my average was 150, 160 mil. So down, I got out around, where did I get out? 112 million market cap. Reason being, I think the Moo Deng guys who had millions in potential value and they were seeing it bleed out, and they were seeing this was as the ETH one was getting close to flipping and then flipping. I sold before the flipping because I'm like, these guys are going to get spooked, and it's just going to take a couple of them to dump it and say, let me get what I got while I got it, because they're scared of the Nero situation. Back in because I still believe the Binance listing will be the Solana one. I do. I think that's the case. I think the Wintermute accumulation, they were like the top 4. They were, I think, the number 4 largest holder. Sent their stuff over to I think a Binance wallet. I still think that's the one that gets listed, and I definitely want to be in at that time. But I definitely wanted to play it safe if that flipping really did happen and lasted. And I don't want to.
Does Binance listing equal up? I mean, does it equal that?
Yeah, almost without fail. Like almost without fail. Here's the
Okay.
Hang on, let's pull up. Nero's a great example, but we can pull. There's tons of them. This is the Nero that was $15 million before Binance listed it here.
Mm-hmm.
Binance lists $711 million market cap now. Binance listing does that. It happened with Bohm and Turbo and everything.
Yeah.
So it matters a lot.
Gotcha.
And Moo Deng has got such mass appeal. It really does. So whatever they list is going to absolutely cook. And I still believe in the $1 billion market cap, and I could see more, but they picked the ETH one. Yikes. So Gravity GM, sir. Man, it does get us to an interesting conversation about, is it 2 PvP? Because it's now not only who, which meme coin is going to win is it going to be SCF, or is it going to be Moo Deng, or is it going to be SPX? It's also which one of that token, when there's probably 10, 15, 20 versions of the same thing, and which chain. It's getting a little too crazy. Co-founder of Solana said, we're not blowing up right now as far as the whole ecosystem, NFTs, all of it, because everything is so fragmented across all these meme coins. The memes have sucked all the liquidity, and they have. Does that prevent us from ever realizing a real run?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Everything feels so weird. Everything just feels weird and nonsensical.
Well, nobody can predict it. That's for fucking sure, right?
That, and it gets maybe boring isn't the word. It's just like this nonstop search for your next hit,
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're in it all day, every day, you're just like, oh man, it's like trudging through mud.
Yeah.
Not like I feel like we were starting to hit that vibe. Was it a week and a half ago? I don't know. The last like 4 or 5 days, it just felt like, all this stuff. Like, oh man, check out this new meme coin. It's awesome, but there's 13 variations of it, and now you can't just pick the meme coin. You got to pick the variation within the meme coin, and then, like, dude, how stupid is it to even be talking crap about the other ticker that's the same ticker just on a different chain?
Yep.
Yeah. It's stupid, dude. I mean, even when you hit, then a new one comes on a different chain or whatever, and like, it sounds so lame. It's like, hey, are you friends with Troy? Yeah, well, I'm not friends with anymore, and I'm not friends with you. And he's like, I won't be friends with Troy either. You know what I mean? It's like, it's very like, we'll switch up and shit. It's fucking bizarre, but
yeah.
Do you guys think? Do you think adding an NFT to the meme coin adds like a layer of protection? If there's a more official NFT that the core of the community congregates around, and right, does that help cement one of them over the others?
I don't think so.
No,
it's the same people. I mean, it maybe anything's possible, but I just feel like no, it doesn't feel like it's the trump card. Like, well, we have an NFT that backs ours, and they're like, cool. Well, now we're going to make one too.
So what about
it's going to be the exact same as yours? We're just going to flip it.
Yeah, fair. What about? Okay, I think Moo Deng has a unique problem in that they didn't have a community. I don't think they did. I've seen that narrative, and I can kind of feel it. It didn't feel like there was a real community that was born around it. It was just a cool normie viral kind of thing, as opposed to a lot of these other memes that take off for tokens that have, like, you can tell there's like a very, whatever size, a group of people who are very crypto And that's it. That's their identity, is that meme coin. And it didn't feel like Moo Deng really got that. It had influencers that were pushing it, but it never felt like they formed a good, tight community. And you could see that in how silent things went when Moo Deng was cooling off.
It's
But I
not
wonder if
really
they had an
memeable.
official PFP. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's like super memeable. It's
Yeah.
cute. Do you know what I mean?
It's very much the dog scenario. The dog over on Bitcoin. It's this, to me, the same. It's cute. It's not memeable though.
Yeah, like I don't really think of dog as a meme, even though, yeah, I don't think of it as a meme. I think of memes as like funny and stupid, like Mog. You know, like you got mogged, and I don't know. Which makes me think of like who's part of the cabal? K Money. You know, he comes kind of near the top of my list.
Definitely.
Yeah. Is he?
But yeah.
Does he shill? Is he a shiller? Does he shill shit, or is it just mog all day?
I think he shills.
Does
Yeah,
he?
I think he shills.
That's weird. I haven't not seen I haven't been.
I
on
like
Twitter.
K Money too. I like him. I think he's part of the cabal, but I do like him.
I'm assuming I like the guy. I don't fucking know the guy, but yeah. I mean, I don't know if I trust his shit.
I met him. I've talked to him. Like yeah, same. I can't say like he could, you know, be allowed in my house with my kids without me there, but like he seemed like a decent enough guy.
Oh, you know what I did today? I reached out to the Rec Drinks Discord. I opened up a ticket because I did this before. I went in their Discord and I was like, "Yo, we have a show. We got thousands of views from Lemon, but we get thousands of views daily, and I want to review your drink, blah 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 blah." And I'm waiting to hear back from them. But I'd like to possibly send a rec drink to all corners of the United States, basically just Illinois and Buffalo, and then see what we think of the drink on here. I thought that'd be an interesting segment. But yeah, they have not responded back. I did drop in there that you were part of CyberKongs and that Hudah was part of Crypto Slam. So we'll see. Thought it'd be interesting.
That'd be fun. That'd be
It can't hurt,
fucking
Joe.
fun.
It can't hurt.
Yeah.
No. How do we feel about Murad? Murad emerging as a
This
as
guy.
a main character. Yeah, let me pull him on screen. Main character, absolutely moving markets now.
How? What is this story? What's this person? I mean, from a outsider noob perspective, just who has not been plugged in, he came up with a list of NFTs that were going to be moving, and then a bunch of them did, and then one of them seemed to be a scam. ? Or is
the
it
Apu one, right?
How did you?
Did not mint, and this is interesting. Didn't mint. They said it's because it was so botted that they need to build in some protection. Like it wasn't going to be that hot at first. It was just going to be something for the community, and it'll get life if the community wants it to. But it went from that to everybody in the space was waiting for it. So they were trying to mint Saturday. They had to delay till Sunday. They got their Sunday. I think they minted the contract, instantly found, bought it up. So they're going to do a new contract and work with somebody to have it hidden. But it didn't mint. That's the point. Didn't mint yet because it's so in demand.
Am I right with my Murad past viewer? Like, has he been around for a while, or have they been around for a while? Like,
he's been around. I think he's like reinvented himself too. And there's some people shitting on his past too. He had a fund, I guess, years ago that he blew up, and people look at that as, you know, ruggy or whatever, and others look at it as it's just natural progression. You try things, they don't work, you move on, you keep trying stuff. I haven't read this thread. This is a breakdown of who he is, though.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Murad Mahmudov. Let's see. Moved to the U.S. I don't even know how to pronounce where he was born. Moved to the U.S. at 16, 17 to study finance and Chinese. Neato. Let's see. He was an advisor at Goldman Sachs.
That's cool.
After learning about crypto from a contact at OKC, which is now OKX, he started to believe that Bitcoin would become a store of value everybody would want to invest in. In the 2017 cycle, Murad formed a small investment group called Adaptive Capital, while also sharing Bitcoin calls and info on his Twitter. Both ventures grew during the bull run, and Murad had built a community of over 70,000 followers. Not sure if that's his X account or what exactly, but The bull ended in March 2020 during the COVID crash. Adaptive Capital shut down. They told investors they took a big loss from Bitcoin's price drop and couldn't handle the market decline. Oh, this was like a big story, I guess, too. Yeah. Yeah, like kind of made the crypto news cycles. After Adaptive's fall, Murad stayed invested in Bitcoin and startups, but became less active online. During the last bear market, he saw the perfect time to invest and prepare for the next run. During this time, Murad realized that much of what he had studied about Bitcoin was similar to how he understood meme coins. This led him to become a strong supporter of these assets. This led Murad through 2024 to promote the idea of a meme coin supercycle. I like it. I still believe in that. Where we're only in the early stages of what could be a parabolic rise for these assets. His speech at 2024 brought him back into the spotlight. That's how it feels to me. I didn't know of him back then. Didn't know anything of him till this Token 2049 video was retweeted by Raoul Pal, OSF, plenty of people. Like the right people saw it and they're like,
yeah. I think OSF said something like, if you're going to watch one thing about meme coins, this should be what you watch.
Yep.
I started to watch it and I was like, this guy's fucking weird. That's interesting. That's interesting. Do you watch the whole thing? Anybody?
Yeah. Yep.
How was it? How was his speech?
It's interesting. Not a great presenter. Doesn't say anything that hasn't been said a million times over in this space. From supercycle to what we think when things are crazy years out, the market caps of these tokens will be, saying the value of these things. It's the community, it's the cult, it's all the things we already know. There's a difference between knowing it and us just saying it here and then somebody going on a stage and saying the same thing and maybe presenting it in a little more formal fashion. And that's all he did.
Wasn't there something like this and this what he's talking about, like where the meme coins outperformed the stables or something like that by a huge margin during this time frame or something to that effect? I remember it kind of being more mathematical than it is vibe or something, like community or vibe.
I think that's what, not trick people's definitely the wrong way to say it, but that's what got people's attention. Maybe, I don't want to say less experienced people, I don't know what, but like he did throw out numbers, but they're astronomical. They're all like fantasy numbers. Mm-hmm. There was no real substance to it. He had some great points. Like he thinks, let's say like platform tokens, like a blockchain's token, all overvalued because people are trading them, speculating them the same way they speculate on meme coins. So he's like, I think that goes away. I think tokens for platforms and applications and blockchains, people stop speculating, those prices just collapse. And instead, all the speculation is on meme coins, all of it. And that's why he thinks meme coins, we're going to see a $100 billion market cap token and multiple over 10 billion. And that's why he thinks different value because all the money from those other tokens come into meme coins. I could see it. It's a scenario I could picture. He said, now this was in Spaces yesterday. I bought that Project Aeon before Spaces. I just in my head was thinking of stuff. I'm like, it's like, who said it here? Octoman. I feel like NFTs attached to meme coins are a leverage bet on the coin itself. That's exactly what I was thinking about Project Aeon. I'm like, okay, SPX already $400 million market cap. And I'm just thinking in my head, I've already said in the past, I think Milady would flip Bored Apes. And I said, I can picture a scenario, a short window of time where Milady could flip CryptoPunks. I know it's crazy, but I've said that. And the reason is crazy meme coin cycle. And people just go all in on this fucking fuck you kind of NFT. That's the Milady thesis for me. I've never heard anybody else say that. I've never heard anybody else comment on that other than call me crazy for that. And then Murad said it yesterday. In that Spaces, after I got that Aeon, he said, Project Aeon is going to flip Milady in 2025, and he thinks there's a chance that Project Aeon flips CryptoPunks. And I'm like, holy shit. Again, I have already thought that. I can see that really small chance of that playing out that way as far as flipping CryptoPunks. But if we don't get a real surge here on the established NFTs, like the Bored Apes, the Punk, like those, and they bleed out like they did earlier in the year and Punk's down to 20 ETH again, I could see a Milady, I could see a Project Aeon, I could see a Sproto Goblin. One of them, I could see them flipping CryptoPunks for a very short period of time. I could see it. So I liked it. That's where his head's at. It's crazy, it's outlandish, it's wild, it's slim chances, but also that chance really is real.
Yeah, this is what I'm almost dying to hear what Henry has to say, but like this is what drives my logical mind crazy is that like I can't see any of that, right? I mean, I couldn't have seen how the ones that you've mentioned, like the Bored Apes, could get to where they are anyway, with like Bieber and all those people like being associated with it. Impossible to like predict something to that effect. We live in crazy times, but like I can't see that. And part of me says like I don't want to bash you, Huda. You know what I mean? Like, but like you definitely have rose-colored glasses a lot of times, and I feel like we need someone like that on our team because we need that section of this space to be in there because it's not only a part of it, it's maybe one of the most important parts of the space is the one that you're kind of like involved in. You know what I mean? Like that sort of unbelievable degen culty aspect of it all. It's just for me, like this guy, and sometimes I hear you and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like if you took your opinions and blasted them out there even more, I could potentially see some guy like you becoming like this guy where you have a, you know, like the shit that he says is so crazy that that's probably why he got popular. And that's probably why he's more popular now is just the audacity of the ridiculous views that he holds that makes people excited.
Exactly.
So,
no, you're spot fucking on, dude. Spot on. I think it's always, I mentioned this morning. For me, it's worth pointing out that when I make those crazy predictions, that is always a small window of time in the peak euphoric part of the market. You heard me say that about ordinals, and it's the same thesis. I think top ordinal collections get to 2, 3, 4, 5 Bitcoin, short window of time, peak euphoria, people rich, people making stupid money, spending reckless. And that's the same thought process that goes to Aeon flipping punks or Milady's flip. Whoever does it, if that were to happen, it's in that window of time. Or it's the other time, it's deepest, darkest part of the bear where nobody's touching anything, but the rich guys who've been stockpiling still going to say fuck you and go do something silly and pump a crazy-ass collection. But you're right, they're way out there predictions. And it's like Michael Saylor saying $50 million Bitcoin or $25 million Bitcoin, which could actually happen too. But
Yeah. And the thing that makes me not completely throw in a towel here is like, OSF is a smart dude. Like, why would he repost this guy? Like, and it could either be legitimate or it could be, I don't know, maybe it's not legitimate, but it makes me give the dude some credit. So it makes me want to listen to his thing and hear him out. But like in general, I'm more of a guy that's like, if I don't understand it, it's usually because there's a reason to not understand it. And I'm usually sitting there at the end of it, like I told you so. But in that time, you have to have that mind frame because you need to sell the day before those things happen and the rug falls out or the floor falls out underneath you, and then you can be standing with some cash. But whatever. Yeah, thank you for breaking that down.
No, great take, man. Henry, do you think it's possible?
Which thing possible?
So any of it, but do you think, is that a crazy prediction? Let's say both Murad's meme coin to 100 billion market cap, which we've seen basically with Doge. Doge got to what, 70 bill? 80 bill, something crazy. Do you think we see a meme coin this cycle? I don't even know if it's this cycle personally. I think he says this cycle, but $100 billion market cap token this cycle. And then Project Aeon flipping Milady, and I'll do this one. Any of these, Aeon Gremlins or Milady flipping CryptoPunks one day. So yeah, all of those. Any of those
like,
possible?
Anything is possible. Anything's possible. I don't see it. But that doesn't mean it's not. That doesn't mean it's not possible. I only don't see it because I feel like flipping CryptoPunks like that. Nothing is. I say nothing's really done it. Like, anything's possible. I don't know. This is so weird. It's like, yeah, you say no, that can't happen, and it does. Like, who would have thought things like banana would have been $100+ Gen Kongs or apes were, hundreds of ETH. So it feels like it's going to be difficult to get back to that point, but anything's possible, man.
And how did how did we get to Murad? Is he someone that has made a prediction right now, or what? Like, I forgot how we even got onto him. Is he now more active in like predicting coins and shit?
Yeah, after that video, I'm really glad you brought that up. After that video, he made a prediction, his top 10 NFTs for this cycle. And in that was Gremlins and Milady and Project Aeon. All these very same NFTs we're talking about were in that prediction. Pudgy Puppets, which is a 0.05 ETH collection. And so that's why everybody's talking, because he's making those bold predictions after bold prediction after bold prediction, and then his meme coin goes to a $400 million market cap. So
Yeah,
that's why.
This can I just bring you into my paranoid mind on this one? There's no basis for any of what I'm about to say. It's not going to be exciting, and it's not going to be anything of interest. But like, how does that happen? This guy, has he plugged into some sort of cabal that would make these projects go? Because, or is he getting paid right now and his voice is the one being heard in the space, and so people are kind of jumping on these things? Because I think the interesting thing is that he made these predictions and they're actually, a lot of them are going, right? Like a lot of them are showing strength in this bear market, and ... How the fuck is he doing that, right? So is this guy plugged in? Is this guy, or is he just a guy that's like getting paid to shill it, and it's actually working, which is a sign of the bull coming back in the NFT market, which as much as I hate if that is the case, that is what we all kind of want, right? I mean, we do want those influencers making those fucking projects go up, because that will make us, our ducats go up. So I'm curious about it. And my negativity gets too involved in it, but like it is almost a good thing. But I'm wondering how that's happening, because
it's a really reasonable take. What is it? I think he can make those insane predictions because I think he understands the crazy cult culture that really can move this stuff, and then he understands what can move this stuff. He understands the potential that this has had in the past, and he tries to then apply that. Well, what does it look like in the future with more money in this space? And I still believe there's a lot more, that we are just at the start of really how big the crypto market grows. And so if we do get trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars into Bitcoin, and then, kind of spreads out through the ecosystem, what does it look like then? And that's where they start reaching those ridiculous heights. I'll also point out, too, the thing he gets is those specific collections that, yes, are pumping because he has talked about them, but Aeons, Gremlins, Milady, all those, I pointed them out a lot on the shows. Milady specifically moves differently, almost always opposite Bored Apes and CryptoPunks. And you see it again here. There's something about it that when one is down, the other's up. When the other one's up, the other's down. And they do this all the time because it's a different kind of trader playing them. And they almost play it sometimes. They almost exist as a fuck you to the rest of the space.
And I heard you say that over the weekend. So my question to you is, have you done your investigating on like Aeon, Gremlins, and some of these other things that you were talking about? What's their discords like? Is it the meme coin people that made money off meme coins that are now listening to this dude that's kind of brought them possibly some coins, and now they're listening to him with these collections? Is that, or what is the vibe? What's the vibe there? Did you look into it?
Yeah,
I really wanted to.
So what I wanted to look into, the first thing, the most important thing was look into SPX. I'll pull that up. But SPX, which is the token that I think really has got stuff ignited and people excited and whatever, because the massive, over 400 mil again. Because of how well it's done here in just the past few days. It's just crazy. So he talks, or the community talks about SPX, and they talk about it flipping the S&P 500, and I don't even know what that means. Right. But I saw a thread breaking down SPX and saying the way it works is they're going to take that token and set up pairs against all kinds of other major meme coins. So with SPX liquidity, like pair. And when people trade against it, they're going to burn SPX token, meaning the supply is always going to go down. It's just a way to spread that token out and get people maybe more exposure because you have easier access to it. I don't know how much easier it really is, but it got me thinking, okay, what's their white paper? How are they doing this? What are they building? What's happening? And that's what I was really stuck on and had to understand. I'm like, oh, they might have a product. They might have something really interesting here. They don't. It's a total meme. It's a total meme. Now, after digging into it, is there something more substantial there? Nope. It's a meme, and they're going to run with that message because it's fun and hilarious and it's shit talky and all that stuff. They're going to run with that message, and they don't. It doesn't matter if people know it's true or not. If enough people believe that it's fucking funny and the message is just funny, that's it.
Well, what's the message? That they're creating a thing that's like a beneficial, they're going to outperform the S&P? Is that the meme?
We're going to outperform the S&P. We're going to be the biggest meme coin, and VCs are going to come to us. We're going to be the VC token.
Here's what I don't like about it. it's basically a lie. It's basically a lie that is pretending to be a meme. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, hey, financially speaking, this is going to outperform this thing. I mean, it doesn't get much more like we're going to outperform. It doesn't get more price predicting than that. We're going to and here's the ways that we're going to do it. And if you pull on any of those lines, they go nowhere. And then we're saying that it's a meme, which is fucked up, but whatever. Is their Discord busy, and is it with a bunch of degen coin collectors?
I can't quite tell because I'm in there and I just don't ever like connecting my wallet, even through Collabland stuff. I go into Discord, doesn't matter how official. As soon as I start seeing Collabland and whatever, I just don't ever connect. So I'm in there and I have no idea. I'll probably hop in their Telegram, which I saw people talking in the Discord saying Telegram is more active anyways. I don't know. But just interacting with people on X, your average crypto degen, like,
and can I just culture as far as like if I worked for a project and S&P wanted to work with us, I would be like, no, this is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like the degen aspect is good in many ways, but like on a professional level, I think that we'd be like, no, it doesn't look good. And the fact that they are been shady and the fact that this other guy is connected to it all makes me ring of like, these are red flags that I don't want to get involved with. So just wanted to put that out there, not to like FUD it, but to just say like, I don't know if anyone cares about like how my mind works. If I was working with a project, I probably would pass because of those Discord, they don't break down. This other guy's connected to it. I don't know if I trust this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff is kind of important to me.
Yep. Yeah. This is a meme coin through and through, and shadiness and shenanigans and everything that comes with all that stuff.
Is it Aeon's your PFP is associated with this, right?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. So there they are. Beautiful ladies.
And then they dropped it. Henry, what's going on with you? You're involved in something today, huh?
No. I'm multitasking.
I see.
And enjoying the conversation.
Okay.
It's fun. I mean, at the very least, it's fun. I think that's what's been missing for the past year. And but it's as simple as it's never fun when prices are down. When prices are up, everything's fun. And it's just things get fun and it gets dialed up to 11 all of a sudden. And just my favorite time of NFT crypto seasons is that Octoman Murad's theory is long-term cult holders won't sell. So when retail comes in into these cult coins, they're less likely to dump. I think we're seeing that now with the coins he mentions and pumps. Yeah, there's a sweet spot here hit. I've always said I think NFT collection's too big.
Speaking of that, Octoman, that was a good take. Oddly enough, I was scrolling Twitter and the People's Rune, which is decentralized, said almost exactly this, is that like we're creating an army that will not sell. No.
Nobody said there's an army that won't sell, did they?
Yeah. Well, they're saying that they're trying to create an army for the People's Coin that will make a strong army that they will not sell this coin until it reaches $1, which it's marketing. You know what I'm saying? It's marketing. That's all I'm saying with it. But
you mean people that have decentralized saying that?
Who knows what the fuck I'm saying? I saw it multiple times. Whatever. I'm just saying that it's odd that Oct was talking about that because it's similar messaging to that, which makes me a little bit.
This is not a new playbook, right? Remember the days of mints and people like, we control the floor. They can't buy it at this if you're not selling it for that. It's like, yeah, that all sounds great, but
it's Farouk dumping milk on his head and then turning around and selling his cool cat. You know what I mean? Like at the same time that's happening, it's just that type of vibe. And guess what? The good news is that we want that type of shit. We want that type of thing going on because that means bags are getting sold. But we do have to understand, for our audience, I hope that if we ever taught you a lesson, is that like we want there to be a healthy, strong financial market. But I think that I also want them to know, like, hey, brothers, sisters, peoples, sell that shit to make a profit. So you can get out and not hold the fucking bag, despite our theme song sometimes saying that you should. You know what's going to make you feel better than the theme song that says that we're going to round trip it is when you are not round tripping it and you're making money on these things and you're selling right into that fucking bull when those influencers are telling you that it's going to $1 million or $1. You're selling it at that point while it's going up rather than when it's going down. I think that that's important that we should be figuring out. Bull markets are awesome, but it's awesome when you're making money, not losing money in the bull market.
Wise words.
Yeah. And I don't know if Murad, like I said, Murad, whatever, like, don't know if he's a trustworthy person, whatever. Don't know if I would take his word, but like, hey, we want that stuff to be going on in this market. So more power.
Oh, fucking love it. Fucking love it. Let me see if there's anything else for us to hit on. Anything else you guys have seen out there? Oh, I do want to mention the latest abstract chain project. It's not a project on abstract chain, but the latest one welcomed over to join the Discord at least and get that elite Chad role is the Node Monks. Cool to see. It was Bitcoin Puppets, I think on Friday. Very recently at least, but Puppets were previous. Now Node Monks, GG's to them. I wonder if that's done anything for the price. Again, great seeing the Web3 IP all getting invited to something. I still think something's happening there, but obviously something's happening on abstract chain. What it is, we'll see. Okay, guys. You guys watching anything else happening we did not touch on that's big? It's big.
Is Runes doing well? And Justin, I like Farouk. I'm saying I want you to do the same thing Farouk is doing. I'm not making fun of him dumping milk and selling. That's the thing that we should be doing, is all I'm saying. He's a smart person. We should be smart people. That's kind of my point with that. Not to fucking bag on him. I think he's very smart.
Yeah. By the way, I did not watch his Mark Cuban interview, but really want to.
Oh yeah, I gotta watch it. Runes, is Runes doing well or what?
Decent. Yeah, actually, Runes were a big old narrative this past weekend. Runes were really picking up steam. Pups. Pups World Peace were cooking. They got up to, I think, like 180 million or so market cap. So definitely some life in Runes. Magic Eden announced some new tools like swap tools or whatever coming to be able to trade easier, which is awesome. Runes aren't dead. I don't know that they will ever really die. And especially because you can just convert them to other tokens, I'm assuming at some point. But Runes are going to be just fine, especially when this cycle really heats up. So
Henry, Hudah, when it comes to a lot of these cabals and stuff like that, do you think it's kind of like, you know how like Diddy has like these like parties, and then there's like the party, and then there's the after party where all the fucking illegal shit goes down?
Yeah.
And then like there's been years and decades of people just not spilling the tea on any of that sort of fucking fuckery going on. Do you think that's what goes on in crypto with people like influencers and doing that sort of thing? Is that like there is a party in which people are pulling the strings in order to make dog go up and other ones not got put out?
100,000 fucking percent. These guys are playing everybody. These guys that actually can move markets, and that's really what it is. It's guys with enough money and influence, know the people ahead leading all these projects, and it's all very, very connected. They know very much what their words can do and what they can move, and they got the money to put behind things to move it. Look, that can only take it so far. It does take everybody else following along and chasing, and doing what they're saying, but they know what they can do, and they absolutely do it, and that stuff eventually will come out. It's just like the Diddy thing. Eventually it comes out, and people go to jail. That's going to happen one day.
You got to go undercover to a Diddy party, except it's Web3 Diddy.
Yeah. Well, I saw like this weekend, there's like poker tournaments, and it's like all the biggest names and very rich guys, and you know what I mean? They all meet, they all hang out, they all play together, and for sure they talk work, but also how this stuff gets kind of, like lines get blurred. There's some gray areas, and there's sometimes the people I think step over. For sure that happens.
Yeah.
I'd bet money on that. Final words, Henry, Joe?
Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a great weekend, and excited for the things to come. Hopefully we're heading into good times.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
And I hope the Wrecked Drinks hits me up. I would like to review that drink.
Yeah, the drinks. We're thirsty. We love you already. We want to love
this
you
show
more.
Sponsored by Wrecked Drink.
That's right. Hang on, let's get them.
Wrecked Drinks.
Wrecked Drinks. GG's to the holder of Wrecked guys who are now partial owners of Wrecked Drinks, which is really awesome and innovative and all kinds of things. I've been following for a while. Really big fan.
Big
send us some
fan.
drinks.
Are they energy drinks?
Yeah.
Nice.
We should tag their asses. Be like, fuck. Watch
Dude,
our
all
show.
week long. This show is going to be sponsored by Rec Drinks. Without them sponsoring, we're promoting Rec Drinks all week
Can we
long.
do that? Would they get mad at us?
They can't stop us.
I'm gonna okay. So from now, I'll say from now on, whenever I retweet our show, I'll say something to that effect.
Yeah.
Like brought to you unofficially by Rec Drinks, who have nothing to do with us, but we are promoting.
Exactly.
Fans of. Yeah, I like it. I'm adding a little Rec Drinks logo here.
Yes, please.
That's not that great, but whatever.
That's terrible.
If I flash it, it's cool. It makes it look like it's a. Yeah, that's.
I think
so
we
on
could
brand.
pull it off. I think we could get a wrecked sponsorship.
Yeah, I'll do it cheap too. I just want it.
I just want to taste it, and what I'm really hoping is that it's terrible, and then we have to fucking
You tear it apart.
we have to just tear the fucking thing apart. I mean, that would be amazing.
I don't really like energy drinks, not gonna lie, but I would do it. I would drink one. It's probably super sugary.
It's got to be sugar free. I don't like sugary energy drinks. I like sugar free.
Yeah,
I like tasting extra chemicals.
God, dude, you guys are divas already.
Yeah.
If they contact us via DMs or something like that, you can't be like, listen, guys, I'm not a huge fan of energy drinks. I don't like sugar. Can you do it? We're just taking what they give us and we're gonna drink it.
We'll just tell them that Red Bull sponsored a couple of our shows, and we just wanted a real Web3 comparison.
Yeah.
Man, guys, I started lifting weights over the weekend, like hard. I've done it before, off and on, but the hardest I've done it in like 10 years.
How you feeling?
So fucking sore, but so when you get so sore and it feels so good because that's how you got to feel. And I did meal prep and shit. Like I'm getting older. I'm like, it's time to fucking give it one last go, but like not try, just fucking do it. So I'm there.
I had a good leg day on Sunday. So
nice. Feels good, don't it?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was feeling it this morning. It's good.
I love it. Guys, have a great evening. See you tomorrow morning on Chain Reactor, and then afternoon show back 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. Guys, have a great night. We'll see ya.
We're the non-fungible idiots, don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's our everything. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll. We won't make a dollar, won't sell a thing. We're the zero holders, on anthem we sing. Zero holders, on anthem we sing. Zero holders, we're the kings of the sea. The non-fungible idiots who live in the tree. We're all on the zero, it's our way to be. In the world of NFTs, we're wild and free.
Dude, I'm such an idiot. I didn't even get the right rec drinks. I've got rec rewards.
Maybe we'll get
Fucking
the
idiots.
rec rewards, dude.
Yeah. Oh, so dumb. It's good to see you guys. Good to see
You got little nouns here?
No, we moved to Wednesdays as of a couple weeks ago. English is back, which I'm excited for. He's not been in the show for the past month, so full show. Full staff, whatever.
I don't even know if this should be on here, but like, wife's going off maternity leave, so I don't know. It might.
Like going back to the office and shit.
Yeah. Well, it's from home, but like, we have the baby and blah blah blah. So I might be a little bit sketchy in the next little bit here. Even tomorrow there might be a little bit late or something like that. Just wanted to let you guys know that that's what's been going on or what's going to be
supportive.
Thank you.
Need us to come by and help. We're down.
No.
Do you know what I hate? So when I'm at my shop, the signal here sucks.
You can help by being as far away as possible. Go ahead, Henry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, there's an issue here because when I'm at home using this computer, it's good. There's no delay. When I'm at my shop, it must be my download speed here must be shit.
Got to be it.
That's what it is, dude. It's got to be that. I mean,
Yeah,
it's usually runs smooth as butter.
Do you guys want to see a funny clip?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, hang on. It's this woman like screaming at her husband or something, and just
Henry.
makes me laugh.
Henry, are you saying that you have no internet problems at work or at home?
at home.
Okay, gotcha.
In the car! In the car now!
Good for her.
Oh, what a badass! She
All right,
beats
I
the
gotta
shit
go.
out of him. Have a good
We'll
night,
see you
guys.
guys tomorrow.
Later, guys.
See you, boys.
All right, see you.